this. I know what I'm doing. Kind of. Oh, it says we're live. Hello, everyone. Don't mind me. I'm really tired. It's been a long day. Hi. For those who are new here, my name is Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance under the name Hegyes. And I have a guest with me today. Stephanie, if you want to introduce yourself.
Okay. For anyone that's not new here or is new here, I can't talk. Hi, my name is Stephanie. I am a romance author underneath the name Stephanie Marie Whitson. And I met Skye one time long ago in the great state of Montana. There was something more snazzy I was to come up with, but hello, I'm tired apparently.
It is late. It is 10 p.m. for me, which means it's 11 p.m. for you. So if it turns out at some point like you were too tired to carry on and you need to dip out, just let me know. And I'll be like, okay, cool. And for anyone who's watching, whether now or later, if you ever want to join me live, like on camera, just like message me because I'm always up for that stuff. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. JC is here. Hello, early bird. And so far, that's the only comments that have gone through. I don't know if there's any more comments on YouTube. I'm not even gonna flip over and see. What are you working on tonight? Like we've only got a couple of days left in this year, and then we're into the new year. So I'm curious what you're working on tonight.
I'm actually going to be filling out some more sticky notes for my Kanban board. Right now, I just have my purple ones, which is all writing. So my sticky note theme is like write my books about writing, like write this chapter or finished or editing. Anything to do with actual writing of the books or publishing of the books is all in purple. And then online like videos, like planned videos, like the vlogs. I know I'm going to do vlogs, but like planned sit down style videos. Mm-hmm. Actually, anything on YouTube I'm going to do in pink because I don't have red sticky notes, so that's close enough. And Fair. Then, what was the other one? Oh, I wanted to kind of plan what books I was going to read each month instead of just saying I'm going to read 52 books in a year. And so every quarter I was going to be like, or every month I was going to just put a set of sticky notes. So I want to at least start some books. I guess, yes. I think that's what I was going to do for the third category. No, I don't remember. I wrote it down somewhere.
Time to find that list.
Yes. Just JC. Where I put it, I don't know.
JC is saying hi.
Hi.
For those who don't know, the way we usually do things on my channel is we do 4 25-minute sprints where you can read, write, edit videos, do whatever you want to do. I actually realized that I do need to do something during this stream because I have not filmed and recorded a video that's supposed to go live tomorrow.
What is the video going to be about?
My 2025 goals.
Oh, yeah, that's... So right before I got on screen with you, Skye, I was like, I wonder if I did a goal video for 2024, and I did.
Yeah. Same.
Because I was going to do like a reaction video, like, oh, this kind of like react to my video and see how I did with my goals.
Yeah.
I laughed because at one point I was like, I'm going to track all the words I write, and I'm going to write 1 million words this year. But then I didn't write anything for like 6 months out of the year. So, yeah.
Oh, googly moogly. I feel that. I wanted to write so I'm part of this group that's 10K a day.
10K in a day. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Lyra
Parrish. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I want one of those enamel pins that's like 1 million words or like 500,000 words. I want one of them so bad that I was like, I'm going to totally write 500,000 words. I have not made it to 200,000 words for the full year yet.
Okay,
I'm so close, but I'm not there yet.
Technically, I typed like around 280,000, but they weren't new words. They were when I revamped my books, and so I, typing up all the new ways of writing stuff or taking out the errors. So I'm not counting any of the words this year towards my 1 million words in a year.
Yeah,
like new words would be better than just rehashing old stuff.
Well, like at one point I was doing so good because I told myself at the very beginning of the year, I was like, I'm gonna read books and I'm gonna make sure I don't start reading a new book until like I tend to read a lot of ebooks and I make notes like whenever I read something that I really like or really hate. And so like
Mhm.
I'll just highlight it in my e-reader and type a note out. And so I told myself, I was like, I'm not gonna start the next book until I've transferred all of my notes into my Notion so that I could either do like review videos because I wanted to start doing more review videos. I wanted to start doing like where we get more analytical into the books, like when we make fun of it about like picking on the fact that why did the author choose the curtains to be blue kind of thing. Like I wanted to do videos kind of like that where I got down and dirty into why the characters were motivated in doing various things.
Hmm.
I had all these plans and I was like, I don't feel like doing this crap. Yeah, I stopped doing that. I was doing so good for like the first half of the year. I was actually getting everything translated back into my Notion, and then at one point I read like a full series in a row where I just as soon as I finished one, I started the next one, and I was like,
Mhm.
I stopped, and I just read. So that's fun.
Yeah, so I don't know if you noticed, but on my Instagram I've been posting like images of books and like a quick review, and then down below a more wordy review. So I did like 4 because I read 4. They were like kind of like short stories, and then I was like, I wanted to keep it going because I no one reads them, but whatever. I just wanted to keep it going.
Yeah.
And so I was like, huh. So I cheated and went through Goodreads
Uh-huh.
and picked out a book that I'd already read and did a word, because sometimes you just put like a star rating, but sometimes you put word, like an actual written review. So I picked one that had a written review in it. And that one, I was like, I don't know, because I think I just wanted, because I had an odd number of these images with a green background. And so I wanted it, because on Instagram you do 3 across. Because I thought it'd be
Yeah.
weird if it was like 4 or 5 instead of like 6. I don't know what.
Not me over here stalking your Instagram page just
Oh,
so I can see what you're talking about. Legit, I just literally pulled it up so I could see what you're talking about. I love it though.
All right. So, like, to see that?
Mm-hmm. Hold on.
So,
Let me.
right there. Do you see how it's green with the back? You see how this row, they're all green. And then this one, I was trying to make it even, but then I messed up because I accidentally did 2 reels in a row.
Whoops.
Yeah, I don't know. I like it when I go to other people's Instagrams and there's an obvious system that they got. Like every other is a reel, or like the background's the same, or the same font or something.
I try to make my backgrounds all an image. So like all of my I try to do 3 pictures in a row with the same background, or like for a lot of the ones I was doing last year, I was doing either a 9 square grid or a 6 square grid, where the background image for 6 to 9 pictures in a row made up one complete image.
Okay, so I'm like computer illiterate. Okay, so I tried doing that with like this app. I found this app, like a grid post app thing that you can do it. And by like picture 4, I had it backwards. I gave up.
The one I was using, when you download the pictures, it numbers them in the order you should be posting. So like 1 is the first one you post, and then it'll end up being the last one in the image square. So like
Okay.
mine were when I downloaded them, if I downloaded them all at once, it had them numbered like 1 to 6, 1 to 9. And I would know that the first picture I needed to post as the background image was number 1, leading up to number 9, which would
Okay.
be the topmost corner versus the bottommost corner.
I feel like if I'm gonna do it again, that I'd want to, because you can schedule up to like 10 posts.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just want to do them, like put them all in and schedule them all out right away. Like just put it there, or like in the description, like picture number 1, picture number 2 in the description for myself, so I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried doing it 2 different times, and both times this is a little wonky. But I see like people that have like a pretty, I don't know, gold and fireworks in the background, or like an image from their books or something like that. I'm like, oh. That looks
I,
pretty.
I stole the idea from Dalcy Silruno. She was doing that for a while, where she is a sci-fi author. So, like, her background for her pictures, she had two that she alternated between, and it was like, it looked to me like almost like Aurora Borealis, where it was like this colorful swirl that was going through the pictures, and she would alternate between a purple set and a green set, and like it would just alternate between the two. It looked so cool on her when you looked at her Instagram feed, and she had all the pictures in place. And I was just like, oh, I want to do that, but with different pictures. So basically, I would pick a theme for every month, and then I would have a bunch of different pictures related to that theme, and all of my posts would be based around and images of that theme. So like February, obviously, because of Valentine's Day, I had a whole lot of like love related images as the backgrounds. It was a lot of fun, but at the same time, a lot of work. And I was just like, I'm not doing that this year.
Plus, like planning what you're gonna say, your posts for like the next 3, 4, 5, 6 posts. I'm like, most of the time it's whatever I feel like it, or like, my book anniversary is coming up, I should probably post about that, or my book's coming up soon, I should post about that, or everyone's posting about their goals, I should post about that, or something.
Yeah. Like my favorite graphics to make for Instagram are like I make a New Year banner where I welcome in the new year, and it's 3 different images that make up one image, obviously. But I never know what to write in the description because it's like all one picture that just split into 3.
Gotcha.
So I like write the same thing for the caption with the fact that this is picture 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3.
Right. Yeah. I don't like, I've seen people that have like pre-pinned posts across the top of their Instagram feed. And you know, it they're all together, like related to something. But then how do you know, like if someone just picks picture number 2 to read and not picture number 3 or picture, you know what I mean? It's going to be all out of order.
Yep. It's all good. Oh, Paulina is here. Hello. Reading Orbital by Samantha Harvey. This might be the last book of the year. Speaking of books of the year, so part of the reason I mentioned the reading thing was the fact that earlier when I was talking about the fact that I was making all these notes, as I was counting those notes in my word count at first. And that was where I was actually going with that topic, was the fact that I was including my notes that I would take in my word count for the year, like of how many words I write, because I'm typing those words, so I might as well count them. And then because I stopped translating the words over to my Notion, I stopped counting them. I'm still making notes in my ebooks. Like I'm still, every time I see a passage I like or I want to rant about something, I still make notes in my Kindle. I'm just not translating them back over to Notion the way I was.
So like when you highlight and make notes on what you're reading, is there a spot in your Kindle that it goes to? Like, or do you, like, let's say you're reading,
I don't know.
Like, let's say you're reading Crescent City. There you go. There's a book on my shelf. Let's see if you're reading Crescent City and then you're highlighting like, oh my God, she's so dumb. Why would she say that to him? And you're highlighting it. Is there a spot that it goes to? I haven't read the book yet, so I have no idea. Okay.
I am not an SJM fan. I will probably never read her books. I have tried reading a couple, and it's just the older I get, the more I'm like, look, it's the adult Twilight. All the teenagers when Twilight first came out went nuts over Twilight, and to this day are still nuts over Twilight. That's adults with Sarah J. Maas books right now. Like seriously, it's the new Twilight in my opinion. I'm just like,
so I've read
people to read, but like I don't have any desire to read them.
So I've read Court Thorn and Roses. So I bought that one because my daughter read it, and everyone online was like, it's fairy porn, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, so I finally read it. I'm like, there's nothing in here. There's like one little thing.
The series gets worse.
Yeah. Okay. So then I'm in book number. So I've read book number 2, A Court of Mist and Fury. That one my daughter can't read. Ileana can't read. But she read. Yeah. And then I'm like chapter 16 on A Court. Hold on. Of Wings and Ruin, the 3rd book. There you go. So what happened is I bought the first book. It was on my shelf for forever, and I kept on wanting to make myself read it. So then we were at Books A Million. It's a bookstore in Texas. And so I was like, oh, they have a sale going on because it's whatever sale. And so I ended up buying the next 4 books in the series, thinking it would force me to read the entire series, because if I spent money on them, they're just big books. Then I was like, oh, I'll start reading it here in the apartment. But up until like 2 weeks ago, we didn't have overhead light in the bedrooms because so I didn't do that. So, but now I do. Now I don't have an excuse, right? It's good. I want to know what happens for sure, but it's just they're sitting there. But yeah, they definitely get worse. But like people are like, Court and Thorn and Roses is very important. Like I didn't see anything about it.
Not bad.
I mean, the books are enjoyable, and I probably won't reread them again. But it's not like I'm like, oh my god, this is the best book ever.
Yeah.
And I can definitely tell, like at least with the first book, it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Yeah. But other than that, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Polina's with me. I feel the same way about SJM. Like, I love the fact that people are getting new. SJM is bringing new people into reading. Like, I love that. That's what Twilight did back in the day. So because of that, I'm like all here for the people who want to read it. It's just not my thing.
See, I didn't read Twilight books until after I'd watched all the movies. So
I've only actually seen the first 2 movies, but I read all 4 books because I had a friend who was obsessed with Twilight. And so like she would be talking to me about it anyways, but she would talk about them out of order. So I would just be so confused. So I finally was just like, fuck it. I'm going to read them just so I know what the fuck you're talking about, please. When you have someone talking in your ear about all these things that happen in these books, but they're not in any kind of order, it is so confusing.
So Jackson really likes the first book or the first movie because you're introduced to like the characters, and then he likes the very last movie because it's when you see Bella turn into a vampire and she's strong and not a wimpy girl, he says. So those are his favorite books or favorite movies.
Nice.
I'm like, okay.
All right, we are 20 minutes into this stream almost. Let's go ahead and do a sprint. We've been talking for a bit. This is why I'm not allowed to have guests on my stream, apparently, because we just do nothing but talk.
Oops.
I'm here for it. I love the conversations. But let's go ahead and do something. I don't care what you're working on today. I am probably going to film a video because I need to film a video. So that's what I'm going to work on. And yeah, 25 minutes. I have got our lovely timer. Let me switch our thingy over. Here we go. It's our cat timer. She loves us. And for those who are new, the way I usually do things is we will sprint during the timer. I also put prompts on the screen for anyone who wants to write but doesn't know what they want to write about. Maybe it'll inspire you. So here is our first prompt of the night. It says, I never knew what to expect at a new foster home at night. A kid establishing the pecking order, a handsy adult, nothing at all. But that was all normal compared to this. ... So, all right. Here, oh, we can't even see the timer. Hold on. This didn't work. Maybe this is the one I want. Nope, that's not the one I want either. Give me a second to figure this out. I am having technical difficulties here. Give me a moment. Did that fix that? Did I have to make it bigger? There we go. Okay, that worked. All right. I'll get my shenanigans together soon. Maybe. If we're lucky. All right, 25 minutes. We'll be back after that to chit-chat some more. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that is time. Let me know how you did, what you did in the comments. Okay, googly moogly. Let's switch back to here. I'll have to remember that the cat timer is running.
I'm here.
Hello.
I got busy. I didn't even hear it or anything.
That's okay. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how to do this so that I can see everything on one screen. Ha ha ha. This is why they want you to do multiple screens for this shenanigan. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. All right. So what'd you work on during that sprint?
I copied you and I did an introduction to my goals video because I realized I haven't done that yet either. So thank you.
You're welcome.
I figured out how I want to set it up. I'm doing an introduction and then I'm gonna do like a card that says like writing goals and then talk about the writing goals. And then a card that says reading goals and talk about my reading goals and then my video plans for my channel at the end, instead of being like, oh yeah, this and that, because I've watched my videos and they're like how I talk. So I'm going to try to make it a little bit organized.
There you go.
And I also did a flip through of my reading journal that I may or may not keep up with. So we'll see.
I love you're like, I may or may not keep up with it, but I'm setting it up anyways.
Well, there's a bunch of like year-long reading challenges that I put in there, and then a few of like monthly ones, but I seem to always just like write in whatever I feel like writing in, like this notebook or that notebook or whatever.
Makes sense. I got my desk cleaned up.
Woo-hoo.
And I got my camera set up to film, but I didn't actually get around to filming because all of that took a little longer than I thought it would, and I only had like 5 minutes left, and I was like, screw it, I'll film on the next sprint. Okay, let's see. Paulina said, oh yeah, people in high school were insufferable about Twilight, so I finally read them. That was actually the reason I read the first 50 Shades of Grey book, because at the time I was working at a used bookstore and everyone and their mother kept coming in and asking for the book, and we never had it in stock, or when we did, it literally would come in and then go out the very same day within an hour. So I was just like, let me just read this to find out what the hype is all about. Regretted it so much.
So I've read all those books and I've watched the movies, whatever. The movies are definitely a lot better than the books.
Good.
But my favorite meme out there is like, if it was a guy living in a trailer park, he'd be on the next episode of Criminal Minds.
Right. Right.
But because he was feeling. Because he was in a mansion and had lots of money, blah blah blah.
Every time he did something stupid, I was like, this has happened to me. This is not smexy. This is not romantic. Stop fantasizing this shit. I hated it so much. So much. Okay. All right. Hi, Eva. Hello. Welcome. We're going to rant about books tonight.
Yes, that's what we're doing.
Everyone's saying hi to Eva. Let's see, Eva says, I didn't forget about this during the timer. Nice. Slept a full night already. I crashed out so early. See, she did the same thing.
I woke up super early and then when laid back down. Apparently one of my kids said, hey mom, wake up, and I didn't even acknowledge it. And I finally wake up to someone knocking on the door. It was pizza that got delivered at 6:00 this evening. I'm like, well, I guess I should do something with my life tonight.
I had so many plans and they were all ruined.
It was so funny. I was like, Jess, my husband, Jesse, I'm like, did you even try waking me up? He's like, I cuddled you. I'm like, what do you mean you cuddled me? Don't worry, this is G-rated. He goes, I wrapped my arm around you to see if you'd wake up because he's really hot. So I usually wake up dead for 30 minutes, nothing at all. I'm like, okay, I guess I was more tired than I thought I was.
That is funny. Paulina read less than a page and got distracted by D&D. What kind of D&D are I need to know these things. Just saying. Are we talking D&D books? You played D&D? You watched someone else play? I need to know. I just need to know.
Okay. Speaking of D&D. Okay. My lovely husband bought dice and bought the manual or whatever that talks about like setting up your character and all that. He's like, my friend said that's all you need to know to read the book is this and nothing else. I'm like, and me and Ileana are reading through and like, it doesn't tell you how to play the game, just create stuff. Like that doesn't tell me anything. Like I've seen it played, like bits and pieces here and there, but I'm like, they're like, yeah, just everything you need to know is in the book. Okay, whatever. I have my pretty dice.
Everything you need to play on the player's side is in the book. Everything you need to play as far as like the game master side is not in that book. It's in a different book.
He goes, I thought it'd be fun because you like to write and be creative, so you could like be the dungeon master. I'm like, this doesn't tell me how.
You need the dungeon master's guide. It sounds like you have the player's handbook and you need the dungeon master's guide.
That's what I thought. It's fine. We all made our characters. It took a long time. We made our characters, whatever. And I have my pretty dice that I've been wanting forever, so it's okay.
Everyone got dice in their stockings this year. So the youngest got hers. They have turtles in them. Mm. The oldest got ones with like cats with the red heart eyes in them. And then Justin got some glittery dice. And I have some that were made by like this company, I think it's called Potion Labs or something like that. So like the D6 has a potion bottle on this where the 6 is supposed to be. And it's great. It's fantastic. And I love them. Mm-hmm. So, okay, let's see. Eva loved Twilight as books. When they came out, the movies were so oddly cast that she had to wait several years to enjoy those. Yeah, I still haven't watched all the movies yet. I saw a group of friends of mine, and I went to go see it in theaters. We were all like 16, 17 at the time. So we're stupid, dumb teenagers. We literally went out with this group of friends, and we went into the theaters with the sole purpose of like making fun of this movie. Like that was our mission in life, to go in there and just make fun of the movie. And we did. We had a fantastic time. We laughed at everything that was supposed to be like super serious and just was too funny in our minds. And it was a great time. It was fantastic. Oh. Kay is here. Hello.
Hello.
Eva has never read 50 Shades. Trust me, you don't want to.
It's fine. You're good.
You're fine. I promise.
It's fine.
I promise. It's fine.
It would have been a great story if they took out all the play scenes. We'll just go with that. if they're taking all those, that would have been fine.
One of my friends writes Twilight fanfic and has seen the original 50 Shades as fanfic. Yes, because that was my biggest thing. That 50 Shades was originally a fanfic of Twilight, like yes. Straight up. Play by post campaign that's basically D&D plus love. Ooh,
that's cool.
I love that. I have no idea what Love Island is. I imagine it's a romantic live reality TV show thingy, which call it. That's what I'm imagining in my head, but I have no idea.
Yeah, I've never seen it either.
It's a dating show. That's as much as I need to know. Is there D&D for dummies? I think actually there is a D&D for dummies because I'm certain there's a D&D there's this and everything for dummies basically. In fact, actually, it wouldn't surprise me if I have a D&D for dummies on my bookshelf. Not the ones behind me. We have a different bookshelf for D&D stuff because we have a whole bookcase full of D&D stuff. We have books, we have magazines, we have I was subscribed for like 2 years straight. I was subscribed to this thing called Dungeon in a Box where they basically sent you a full campaign to your house with all the minis, the maps, the session, everything. And they could either be played as standalones or you could play them in order as like a full-on campaign. We've made it through like 4 or 5 of those. We have not played all of them. I have like 26 in my house.
Wow.
Because like I said, a full 2 years. And then a couple of like one-shot quests that were separate from the original story. So I've got quite a few. We have plenty of D&D stuff. It's just that we haven't played a lot of D&D stuff. I've got a fuck ton of D&D stuff, though. The girls have their own minis for like 4 different characters already. They've played one character. It's just a pastime of us. Let's just collect D&D stuff. Never do anything with it. Yeah, I love the dice and the stocking things. I'm going to be ordering some more. I've already got my eye on other dice that I know will be perfect for my family that I will hoard until Christmas time for next year. I'm going to order them in like March, between March and July, and I'm just going to hoard them until next year. We've never played D&D. My son loves dice and stole the small collection I had from my Magic the Gathering years and now has many more. Speaking of Magic the Gathering, Justin is building up his werewolf deck again. He is restructuring his werewolf deck so that when we go visit some friends in North Carolina in October, November, he's going to be playing. I don't know if they're going to go play some tournaments, but I know he's going to play some of his friends with Magic the Gathering. And so now I'm looking at the cards going, do I want to restructure my Ajani deck? Maybe. Maybe. It's too much work. I don't want to. Don't make me. Never watched a Red Twilight or 50 Shades. Couldn't take them seriously. I think that what made it easier for me as far as like Twilight goes is that I was around the age when those came out. I think Breaking Dawn came out when I was 18.
Okay.
So like it was easier for me. I was in the demographic. 50 Shades, I was in my 20s. Yeah, because I had just had my youngest when the hype started up around that. And I could not take that seriously because I'd already been researching BDSM stuff because I knew a couple people who were into the scenes and I was trying to understand what they were talking about. And then I read 50 Shades and I was like, this is not BDSM. And like, I was so strong on that. And it was just.
That's what a lot of people had a problem with. They're like, they're making it seem like this is what it is, but it's not what it is.
We had people coming in that were purposely telling us, because like I said, I was working at the used bookstore at the time. They were purposely telling us that they were wanting to read this book because they wanted to try the things in the book. And I straight up told several of them, I was like, don't. And I gave them recommendations. I was like, if you want to try BDSM and you're serious about trying BDSM, here's some resources for you to try instead. Do not read this as your instruction manual.
Yeah, no.
No, don't do it. Fanfic community for Twilight is second home for my pal. I love that. That's actually awesome. Probably got to see the movies simply to mock them. Here's so much about Twilight. I like how we're jumping about like 4 different conversations.
Yes.
D&D is really quite easy to learn. Yes. It's all about adapting, improvising, and role-playing. Exactly. It's easier when you have someone who knows what they're doing already. But when everyone is trying to learn together from scratch, that's when it gets harder. Because it's just like, I have played D&D off and on for like 15 years now. And I still consider myself a beginner who's learning, especially since they keep coming out with new rules and stuff. And I'm just like, can I at least learn the other rules by heart first, please? No? Okay.
And I think the reason I thought I'd like, play a game of D&D in the house with the kids is because I play a D&D game on Steam all the time. Well, I used to all the time called Neverwinter, which is Dungeons and Dragons. So I'm like, that was like 5 minutes to create a character, not 3 hours. Okay, people.
Yep. Love Neverwinter. Highly recommend it if you can play it.
Love it. Yeah, I really like it.
And if you are also into D&D, Baldur's Gate, I never played the first 2, so I have no idea what to expect there. But I love Baldur's Gate 3, and it's a similar experience. However, it is rated M for immature for a reason. And that's all we're going to say about that. That is not one to play around the kiddies.
Okay.
At all. Don't do it. Let's see. The battle mechanics are quite straightforward once you get the hang of it. Yeah, that's the thing, is getting the hang of it. And it's one of those things where the more you do it, the easier it is too. And I think that's part of my problem too, is that, like I said, I've played off and on for like 15 years. So I feel like I have to like refresh myself on all the mechanics and stuff every time I play. The girls were the girls were invited to, there was an ad put out at the library earlier this year to play D&D. And so 4 of them got together and were playing D&D over the summer. And they're talking about doing it again next summer. So hopefully they'll be able to do that. That would be awesome. And they learned a lot better with someone who had a lot more experience with teaching D&D as a DM and as a new player, teaching new players kind of thing, which was so much easier than me trying to explain things that I don't fully understand myself. Let's see, most folks who play are nice and patient with newcomers. If they aren't, yes, exactly. If you find people who are like not fun to play with, just straight up don't play with them. White Wolf RP? I don't think I've heard of that one. I don't know if I've heard of that one. I've heard of Vampire the Masquerade. So if White Wolf is the werewolf version of that, like, because I can't remember what the werewolf version of that one is. Maybe. I'm not positive. Yes, basically we're just arriving to the island. Some of us are bound to beds with...
Give her warning next time, okay?
Woo! We're bound to beds with chains while others are drinking champagne in different rooms. Silly shenanigans have ensued. Yes, that's the best part about D&D is that you can have a totally serious campaign, or you can have something that's completely off the rails and unhinged, and it's fantastic. There is no in between. Love the Twilight movies. Have not seen 50 Shades, nor do I plan to. Okay, I got it right. Have not watched. Got it. I was in my mid-20s. I remember watching movie 1 with my husband while he was in tech school. We had read them together, turned on the movie, and I was like, to the casting. There's a guy on YouTube. I think his tag is Dungeon Dad or something like that. He has a lot of vids on D&D and create mobs for campaigns. Ooh. I like it. Are you writing down Dungeon Dad?
Yes, I am.
Good job.
Because, yes, you like create stuff, so you should run this game that you've never run before in your entire life. It'll be fun. I'm like, your idea of fun is like a personal trainer's idea of fun. Thank you very much.
I highly recommend, if you're not watching it yet, Critical Role is a great one to watch as far as like people who get around their voice actors. They play D&D. They are currently on campaign 3. However, here's my thing with Critical Role. I love them. Do not get me wrong. This is not to be negative about them. However, each session is 3 hours long. Each session. And their campaigns run 100+ episodes. I have not finished campaign 1 or campaign 2, and I've watched like 4 episodes from campaign 3 because I do not have the time or attention span for that. So what I've been doing recently is I've been listening to the podcast of Stinky Dragon. And you remember how I said that everything could be either completely serious or completely unhinged? Stinky Dragon is the completely unhinged portion. It is hilarious. And I'm listening to campaign 1, but each episode's like 30 minutes long. So that makes it so much easier to like take in more of that campaign than Critical Role being 3-hour sessions. Love me Critical Role. It's fantastic. The storytelling is great. The voice acting is great. I love it. But they are so long. So I've been enjoying Stinky Dragon more because of that reason. That's it. That's the only difference. Bite size versus hunk a chunk.
All right.
I agree, Eva. Write our books in 2025. I'm going to get through the rest of these comments real quickly, and then we're going to do another sprint because we've done one sprint already an hour into the stream. Whoops.
Oopsie daisy.
Completely agree. BG3 is awesome. Yes. Just going to... I haven't even met Halson yet. I know who Halson is, but I haven't technically met him yet. We are currently on a mission. My husband and I are playing BG3 together, so we don't play it that often. And we're on the mission to go get Halson. So we're not even like halfway through the game yet. We haven't even reached the halfway point. I have DM'd. I have DM'd D&D. My husband has DM'd a couple of times, so I've been on both sides of the table as a player and a DM. Hubs and I just got done with our good play. Now we are purposely. I don't know if I could purposely do an evil play on BG3. I don't know if I could do it. Okay, for those of you who play BG3 though, who's your favorite character of the romantic interests? I need to know. This is like the vital piece of information I need to know. And then after the sprint, I'll tell about mine. Doing both at the same time. The good one with my sister, and evil one with by myself. Ooh, nice. White Wolf and Changeling LARP RPs. White Wolf is the werewolf version. Oh yes, okay, I was correct. Awesome. That's awesome. Ooh, there is a linky link on the YouTubes for you for Dungeon Dad.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And if you type Dungeon Dad, apparently he comes up right away.
Awesome.
Paulina started Dimension 20, and I'm glad for it. I do want to start Critical Role next year, but it'll be a project. Yes, it is definitely a project. Looks up Stinky Dragon. Like I said, I've been listening to the podcast for Stinky Dragon. I haven't watched any of Stinky Dragon. So I don't know what the difference is between listening to it versus watching it. I will say this. I prefer watching Critical Role over listening to Critical Role, just because some of the shenanigans they get into are more visual than auditorial. So that's the difference right there. Whereas Stinky Dragon, I feel, at least from my experience so far, I'm not missing anything by just listening to it. Okay. Cave Romance is Halson. He swings. That's all I have to say. You are not wrong. Watching the romance between myself and my husband, Minthera, is funny. I'm interested in Halson. Well, everyone likes Halson. Good run, Shadowheart for, I don't know all the people yet. Okay. He calls her dummy mommy. You are not wrong. Minthara is interesting. Okay. All right. I have made it to the end of the comments that is showing me, so we are going to start this next sprint. Let me get this on screen. I think it was this one. Nope. That's right. That's right. This one. One of these two. I'll figure it out eventually. We are on to sprint number 2 because we've been chatting a lot. For those of you who want to write but don't know what you want to write about, here is a writing prompt you can use if you want to. And we're going to go ahead and start in 3. If I can click on it. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Well, hello everyone. Where is Skye?
I ran away from home.
Oh, okay.
Hello. How did you guys do? What did you guys do? Let me know in the comments. I wrapped up filming right as the cat went off, and I had to stop the camera, so that's what took me so long to get back.
Oh, I filmed the next section, which was it took me 25 minutes to figure out how to film the flip through of my journal, which I did the flip through, but then I was doing the voiceover and I was flipping through the pages too fast to keep up with me talking, even though I talk pretty fast sometimes. So I just redid the whole thing. That's what it took me. That's what took me the whole 25 minutes to do.
I feel that.
So I just have one more section to do, and that is my goals / plans for like YouTube online stuff.
See, I talked about goals as far as like personal goals, reading goals, and writing / publishing goals. Those were the 3 sections that I did. So,
like,
my camera says my video is 20 minutes long.
So, I guess what I'm gonna do for like my channel stuff is I'm going to write. I'm gonna put in there that I'm gonna do like 3 to 4 sit down type videos where it's gonna be about one specific topic, like books I read or my plans or something, like 3 to 4 sit down videos. But then my blog videos, I'm going to have them all be saying the title of the video. And then also like a subtitle is going to be Life Unscripted. And I came up with that on my last video stream with you guys.
Woo!
Someone said it in the comments and I was like, oh, that's right. It was, remember with Margaret?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was in that one. I was like, that sounds nice. I'll do that one.
I saw your Life Unscripted, and I love that so much because back in, I think it wasn't last year, I think it was 2022, 2021, one of those two. I tried doing like daily vlogs for Nano, and I was calling them Nano Uncut.
Oh, that's cool. I like that one too.
So when I saw you were doing Life Unscripted, I was like, yeah.
I'm just going to pick up the camera and whatever I happen to talk about or share is what you guys are going to get in those videos. And honestly, like, who has time to make it perfect and no kids in the background and no weird stuff going on? So I don't. You may have that time, but I do not.
I don't have the time, but at the same time, I'm the perfectionist that will refilm the same clip 10 times and spend an hour refilming the same 5-minute clip.
So I used to like, okay, no one could be around me, no one could be in the background, to be home alone and nothing. But then, that got hard to do as we were traveling around more. And then I would start filming and talking, and then I would stumble over my words, or I'd be like, I don't like that. So I'd erase it and start it over. But now I'll be like, my favorite book of the year is blah, blah. Wait, no, I didn't mean to say that. Okay, start here. And I would like just keep rolling. And so it would be a reminder to myself where to splice it out. Yeah. I
clap my hands to tell me that's where I need to cut and restart.
Oh, that's a nice.
Because someone was doing clicker when at one point I was watching videos and they were talking about using a clicker to tell them when they stop and start, because that's what voice actors do and audiobook people do. And so I was like, oh, that's a great idea, because they were talking about it being a loud noise versus your normal talk. And that's why I do the clap, because it's louder and you'll be able to see that spike in the audio.
I used to, like, whenever I'd be videotaping stuff, I used to be at the end of it, okay, here's my bloopers, and it'd be everything I cut out. Sometimes the kids are saying naughty stuff. Sometimes it's just horribly wrong or cameras upside down or whatever. But for whatever reason, I stopped doing that. But yeah, I like the Life Unscripted.
Nice.
Because that's me in a nutshell. No.
Cammie joined us. Hello, Cammie. Here I was all excited to talk about Love for Legends of Adventurous. Then I hit the swinging dungeon daddy part of the chat.
You just walked in at the wrong time. That's all.
Sorry, not sorry. To be fair, we have been jumping like through 4 different conversations in the same topic. It's great.
Yes.
All right, Kat Shishka. We're going to pause you for a moment. Cammie said, I'm setting up the next week's weeklies January 5th, 1st through 5th, the day early, because I am so tired of all this desk clutter from my yearly setups. If I get this, I can put some stuff away finally. Yay! That was like a demon in summoning. Kay went down a rabbit hole for a bit. Eva got a storyboard laid out for a picture book and put up a TikTok asking if we're bailing on TikTok or not, considering Sims. I only watch TikToks. I'm not on TikTok, so I have no opinions there. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the TikToks, other than America's stupid and banned it because greedy corporate assholes. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Paulina read a few pages of Orbital. That, gosh, this book makes me stare at the wall in a very good way. That's good. That's a good book. I need to look up this book now. Let's see. Eva, that reminds me, I recorded a bunch of clips from our antiquing trip today. I should do something with that. You should. I'm here for the antiquing clips. When I was living in North Carolina, we were only like a 15-minute drive away from a town where it was a teeny tiny town of less than 100 people. And there was a gas station that was a mom and pop gas station. It wasn't even like one of the big corporation gas stations. It was a mom and pop gas station. The post office. And 1, 2, 3, 4 antique gift shops. Or antique shops, I mean. That was the town. Everything else, there was like on either side of these things. One side was the train tracks. The other side of all of those buildings I just mentioned were the houses. And there was like 10 houses. That was it. That was the entire town.
What was the town?
Carthage. I almost said my town. And I was like, that's not the town. It was the other town. Stop it. They both start with C. Because we lived in Cameron and Carthage was the one that we would go to. And the reason I mentioned that is because the 4 antique, they have an annual antique festival. So once a year in like June, I think it was. And the only reason I remember this is because Facebook decided to show me memories the other day of this. Don't ask me why. Maybe that's when I uploaded them. But like we used to go to the antique show every year. And there was one year when the kids were like itty bitty toddler babies and I was still pushing strollers where I took like 300 pictures while we were there. And it was not that big of a show. I don't know why I took so many pictures, but I did. It's great. Eva got a tiny silver chalice for the crow party in April. I love the crow party idea. I do. I wish I could go. I should go to Tennessee in April just so I can go to a crow party. I would totally do that. You have a crow party in, I think it's Tennessee, Eva, and I will have a magpie party. It'll be exactly the same. I will feed and entertain the magpies while you feed and entertain the crows. Yes, that's what we'll do. My helper has arrived on my notebook. Panda! Eva says the place has a giant pink elephant out front, probably searchable by that. But they also added a giant Trump to their outdoor display. Ugh. It's an old high school that also has a haunted house in the fall. Ooh, awesome. Love a good haunted house. This year, instead of doing the haunted house down at the fairgrounds in the 4-H building, they decided to use the old middle school that they used for other like conferences and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so we went up 2 flights of stairs worth of haunted house before we finally came out the other side. It was awesome. I loved it. Wow. Okay, I have reached the end of the comments. There wasn't as many comments this time. Oh, ow.
Oh, another one popped in.
Yep. The antiques are in the gymnasium, so you walk up the old stage for a portion too. Ooh, nice. Kay is heading back to bed, starting to drop off. You have a good night. It is late for you. I do not blame you. Thank you for joining us today. So it was good to see you, and I hope you rest well and have a good sleeps. All the sleepies. We're going to do, I think we got 2 more sprints left. Yes, we got 2 more sprints left.
Okay.
So we're going to start the next one. Let me go ahead and get our prompt up. Here we go. That's for those who want to write but don't know what they want to write about. Maybe it'll inspire you. And let me figure this out. Here we go. There is our timer, 25 minutes. I forgot to pause it ahead of time, but we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that is time. Let me know how you did, what you did in the comments. Let's switch this back over to this one. There we go. I'll try to keep an eye. I had to refilm. Oh well, it's fine.
Why did you have to refilm? What happened?
My camera was too high, so it was like up to here. Like it was this. This is where the camera started, and like it was showing way above me. So I was like a floating head, and I was just like, "That's on me."
Right.
Have no one to blame but myself for that one. Because usually I film with my phone, and usually I do it so that I have the forward-facing camera.
Right.
But this time I tried to turn it around because I figured it'd be better. And no, it wasn't. And I should not be doing that shit. I know better.
Gotcha. What did I do? Oh, I filmed the last clip of my video. And also, the closing is always like the same. It's always, thanks for watching all the way in. And as always, have a wonderful day. That's how I usually end mine. Unless I forget to film it, then it just ends abruptly. But most of the time, that's usually what I say at the end.
I feel that. I think that I've got to film another clip because since I had to refilm, I spent the 25 minutes discovering that I needed to refilm and then refilming. So, yay. So I didn't finish it, but I'll finish it on the next sprint. And then I can edit it tomorrow at some point. I don't know when, but at some point I'll edit it tomorrow. And then it'll be edited, uploaded tomorrow, hopefully, since my goal was to publish it tomorrow. We'll see.
Then I need to think the thumbnail and then the closing, like, thank you for watching, because all of December's has been Christmas themed or holiday themed closing with like trees and then like candy canes and stuff on the thumbnail. So I need to find a different version of a thumbnail that I like. I usually just keep them the same and then just change the title on it. I don't know.
So I may have created all the basic premise of all my thumbnails for all of 2025. Maybe.
Uh-oh. Is it good? Are you happy with it?
Yeah.
What do you think? Yeah.
Yeah. I just have to like, if I need to settle on like final titles that I end up doing and then like take a picture because I like to keep the picture updated for whatever the clip is. So that's literally all I have to do. But like the basic layout's the word I'm looking for.
Gotcha.
The basic layout for all of the videos, thumbnails is done.
I've tried different ones, like the ones where it's just words, ones that don't have my picture on them, one that do, one that has like 4 different pictures, like in a grid. Mm-hmm. So I haven't found one that gives me more than 10 views on a video. So we'll see.
I changed a lot of things last year after watching a series of videos. Holy shit, it's cold here now. Sorry. In order to film, I have to put the heater down and then Justin just walked through the house so he could go outside to smoke. So like it's cold in here now. Especially when the temperature outside is like 20 something degrees. Oh, okay. Anyways, I lost my train of thought with that.
Thumbnails.
Oh, there was someone who posted a bunch of videos, not an author tuber, just someone who used to work in like newscasting, and she did this series of videos talking about best practices for YouTube so that you could like gain a following and subscribers and all that stuff. And I started implementing some of her ideas, and honestly, when I did, I started getting a lot more views, which was really cool. But like her video stuff was definitely geared towards a different kind of audience than AuthorTube. Because what I've seen work for AuthorTube is some of the stuff she was like, don't do this. And I'm like, but that stuff works in this community. And that's it. So it's really interesting to see what works in some communities and what doesn't work in others. So, all right. Eva says, Lemonade is the platform. Let me put this down. There we go. Lemonade is the platform people are hoping replaces TikTok, I guess. Yeah, I've heard some people switching to Lemonade already. We'll see what happens.
I'm on enough social media. I don't need another one. Okay.
I did finally decide to get rid of completely my TikTok. Not TikTok. That's the wrong one. Not that one. Not TikTok. TikTok's up.
Twitter X.
Yes, that one. I have not used Twitter in years. And every time I jump on, it's like, you have 150 plus notifications. And I'm like, goodbye. I don't even check them anymore. So I finally decided that with everything going on with Twitter and the fact that they're going to be using it, what you post to train their AIs, I'm like, nope, we'll just delete it. I'm not using it anyways. So it's one less social media I have. And I have no idea if it's supposed to be a play on the words eliminate or eliminate. I have no idea. Cami says, I guess this dirty little paw print on my page is theme appropriate since I made 2025 my year of the cat and January is an extension of it. I love that. So if 2025 is the year of the cat, is that the cat's not part of the Chinese zodiac? Never mind.
No, but it is the year of the snake according to the Chinese zodiac.
Okay, thank you. That's what I was going to ask next. If 2025, Cami, is your year of the cat, what was 2024? I am curious. I want to know because I really do. I hear people talking about having a word of the year, and every time I hear about it, I choose a word, and then I promptly forget what that word is. So I couldn't tell you what my word was for 2024. I would have to go back and watch my video where I talked about my goals because I have no clue whatsoever. So I love the idea that you're doing my year of the cat. Do you do a word of the year, Stephanie?
One time I was like, one time my year was consistent. That went up one after like a month. Another year, like me and Maggie and a couple other author tubers were like, they got together and was doing like a phrase. She was like, someone was like, hold my coffee. And then next year was hold my tea. And that was the year I was like, hold my drink. Like, hold my drink while I take care of business, kind of like, here, hold my earrings type thing. That was fun. But I haven't, usually I'm like, by now, I'm usually like, have everything prepared. My planners are ready to go. My plans are ready to go. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. And I don't know where the hell the year went, honestly. So I'm just flying by the seat of my pants sometimes, it feels like.
Woo! It's a fun way to go.
Uh-huh.
I had the year I think she said hold my tea was the year I did hold my monster. So I've done that one
right.
too.
That's right. Yeah, you did that.
Completely failed it, by the way. Completely failed my hold my monster year, but it was a lot of fun. And I had a hashtag I could put on everything of my social media.
Right.
So maybe that's the key. I need to pick a word and that needs to show up on all of my posts where I talk about anything goal related. That's the key. That's the key. Word of the year, blah, blah, blah. That's how I'll remember it. Cami says it took 18 minutes to be liberated from the snuggle ball. Panda is such a cuddle bug and I love it. Hi, Angel. Welcome. Cats are always helpful. I am more of a dog person, and yes, my dogs will come over and bother me. The little one, I think they're outside now because I can hear barking, so that's fun.
Well, I haven't been pleased with our cat ever since we moved into the apartment. Well, like she was peeing on stuff, okay? I'm like, why is she peeing on things? The cat box is right there, and then she's peeing in random boxes. And then we kind of figured out, well, maybe she never learned that the only place she could pee is the cat box, because when we were cleaning out our bedroom, like underneath the edge of the bed, near to one of the doors was Jesse's coat, like a heavy winter coat that he never wore because we're in Texas, and it had been peed on repeatedly. So like sometimes she'll like pee on stuff, and so like the other day she peed on some like a pile of socks on the bedroom floor, and so I got mad. Like I don't want her in there, so I shut the door and kept her out of our bedroom for a day, and then like I opened it, everything was fine, and then I put on my new washed pajama nightgown thing, and I sat on this bed here, and the bed was open, their bedding was open, and she had peed on it, like not like a little bit, but I sat on it, and my nightgown stuck to my skin so bad. I like went in the living room and stripped it off. Jesse's like, are you trying to get my attention? I'm like, no, but thank you. So like she like peed on everything, and then yeah, we don't know. She's not fixed, so maybe that's her issue. But
You guys have been
annoyed.
there now. How long now?
So we got here October 18th.
So 2 months.
Yeah,
She should
but
have
she
settled
has
by now.
yet to pee on anything of his. My
She's
stuff.
unhappy with you.
I don't know what I did to her. I give
She's
her chicken
unhappy
all the
with
time. I give her fresh water. I pet her. Make sure Jackson leaves her the hell alone. Like, what the hell?
I couldn't tell you. Cat behavior is one thing I am not.
So we're finally
Fluent
gonna take her to a vet to get her vaccination. So then we can take her to the immune society to get her fixed. Because I mean, we're not wanting more kittens anyway.
Makes sense.
I don't know. Just
We were talking about you.
Yeah.
My cuddle bug, right here. He always wants attention. Can't really. There we go.
Oh,
Hi. Hi. I know. We'll be going to bed soon. Don't worry. Got one more sprint, then I'll come to bed. Oh, goodness
yeah.
gracious.
I was thinking at first like she was peeing on stuff because of anxiety, because of a new place.
New place. But if it's been 2 months and she's still another thing to look into when you take her to the vet is see if she has like some kind of kidney infection.
Right. But the thing is, she didn't pee on anything until we got into the apartment.
The new place.
Yeah.
So,
I who knows?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Totally forgot the prompt. My brain shot out. It's called edging, Sarah. Oh God. If you don't make a short edited by something talking heads, I may have a stat. Oh, wait.
Oh yeah. So on TikTok,
What?
there's like this thing about talking hands, where like there's little I don't know, maybe explain them wrong, but there's a bunch of TikTok videos where there's like the little miniature hands and they're talking to each other.
Oh, okay.
That thing. So
Okay.
So me and my husband got on TikTok, right? And this is right in 2020 probably, when everything was online because of pandemic or something. And we were trying to see. We were doing TikTok videos and we were doing like duets of things and like just talking. And I'm like, how the heck do you have thousands of followers on there? You don't do anything. He's like, yeah. He goes, yeah, I could be sitting here doing nothing. I could get like 1,000 more. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So what did he do? He started like just sitting like this. And he would have a duet of a video and nothing. And he would just do nothing, like, or like those filters that have like questions above your head or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he would sit there and stare and do nothing. No reaction, no smile, nothing. Like he was dead in the world. Dead to the world. Okay.
Just to spite you.
And he got more good followers.
I'm telling you, just to spite you.
And it got so bad that this girl messaged him saying, hey, are you okay? Do you have depression? Like, do you need someone to talk to? And he's like, I'm okay. Well, I'm just asking because I just recovered from cancer and I had a lot of depression. Nobody would talk to me, and I just want to make sure you're okay. Are you okay? Are you having thoughts of suicide? Like, well, that's how like horrible like. Mm-hmm. Jesse, oh my God, what is wrong with you?
All of the things.
Yes, all the things. Or like on my TikTok channel, I did a video of him tasting the Coca-Cola flavored Oreos and of me. Like literally 20 seconds apart. And his has gotten thousands more views than mine. But like literally filmed on the same day with the same hashtags and everything. Whatever.
It's funny. Cammy only set up Twitter for my author profiles, and each time I try to sign in, they're suspended with no posting. It's not worth it. Yeah, agreed. JC was distracted playing with graphics. Ooh, what you making graphics for? Excuse me. Ow, that hurt. I keep burping, and it's hurting my chest. Ugh. And it's okay that you got distracted. You're working on stuff. You're being productive. Go you. You're better than us. We've just been chit-chatting. Last year I did butterflies with a blue purple gemstones craft paper decoration. My word was perseverance. Wanted to keep up the progress I was making in 2023, and instead I persevered through. Nice. I like it. Oh, I still have a dog in here with me. Okay, that's why. I'm like, what's going on? Why do I hear weird noises? That's why. Absolute crap physically. Oh, okay. It was continuing on the sentence. Okay. Wanted to keep up the progress I was making in 2023. Instead, I persevered through absolute crap physically. Got it. Understood. I was like, what? It's because you were continuing the sentence and I just didn't see it. So this year, I chose luxuriant. If I did productive, I'd be smothered in life admin BS. Oh, yes. Definitely don't do something like that. I did that once. I think that was the only year where I actually remembered my word drill the year long because I was drowning in work. My dietary planning, I put healthy. I like that. Oh, I didn't even think about a bladder health issue. That might be a bladder health issue.
Maybe. But yeah, like we've read up on it. It's not the first cat we've had. So we're aware will of like the cat will like mark her favorite person into your territory. I'm like, and at first I thought maybe she was mad because we had like chicken 4 nights in a row because we had chicken and we needed leftovers. And every time I made the chicken, I would give her some. But then we didn't have chicken. We had like broths or something like that. She doesn't like sausage or pork or bratwurst. She likes chicken. Non-seasoned, plain, warm chicken, shredded up next to her bowl, but not in her bowl.
Spoiled is what I'm hearing.
She also likes it when she hears us getting ice out of the ice maker inside the fridge. It's the kind that sits in the freezer. She'll hear us and she'll like sit there on the counter and wait for us to bring her 3 ice cubes every time. She's not spoiled. It's fine.
Could be that she has a health issue and knows you'll be paying attention to her. You'll actually pay attention to her, possibly. I heard that when animals pee on things, they're marking territory. Yeah, that's what I thought at first until you said that she only just started doing it when you got to the apartment.
Yeah, she didn't pee on anything before. Not at all.
1 more hour and Skye will join you.
Oh, I was wrong. Okay.
Music group Talking Heads. You have all that video now, and you basically a floating head. And oh, that's what she was talking about. My clip where I was just a floating head.
Oh,
I need to put it in Talking Heads. Okay, now it's
We're
clicking.
good.
I was like,
sorry.
What? And JC was working on new promo stuff for the online store, new YouTube video intros and outros. So, okay, this is a question for everyone who does YouTube videos, and it sounds like JC's doing this, and that's what reminded me of it. Do you do, with every year, do you do new like YouTube intros and outros or anything like that? Because I don't really change my YouTube intros and outros, except like I update it when I have a new book that comes out. However, my thumbnail design changes every year or like throughout the year if I needed to, based on what's working, what's not working. But I try not to change it throughout the year if I don't have to. So like I have created templates for all my vlogs. I've created templates for my videos, and I've created templates for my live streams, and they are all pretty much the same format, and they will stay that format all year round. So I'm curious if anyone else does that, but changes it up yearly.
So I will change so the last few years I've had the same outro, like thanks for watching. Sometimes it's plans or whatever. But like when it's like in December, everywhere's very much holiday themed, we'll have a holiday themed one. Okay. I hadn't thought to do the same thumbnail all year long, but also I haven't found a thumbnail that works as far as getting new subscribers. Last year, I was doing a little channel intro where it was like author life, travel life, something life, and it had like pictures of my books and then a couple pictures of us traveling and then like of me. Mm-hmm. But I haven't done that. It'd be great if I could do that, like have one each year. But I realize I don't take as very many videos or pictures of myself. It's more of everything around me.
Same. The only time I film myself is when I'm actually talking to the camera for clips like this. Otherwise, I'm filming everything else and never get video or pictures of myself. Like I have all these video clips. Like even today, I realized this because the local carousel had an event called Afternoon at the Carousel. And while we were at the carousel, I had to purposely remind myself to film a clip of myself, because at 90% of the events we go to, I will take pictures of the kids or like even my husband, but I'm never in any of the pictures ever. Unless I purposely seek someone out and say, hey, can you take a picture real quick? So like, I feel that so much.
Yeah, in fact, I didn't even realize I forgot that I used to have a channel intro until I was watching my 2024 goals video that had that channel intro in it. It's like, I don't know when I stopped doing that. I don't know.
Now she's going to go down a rabbit hole and see when she stopped doing that.
Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. No.
It's coming. Every once in a while when I go to start streaming, even though I have the free version of StreamYard, it gives me the option. I don't know if it actually will or not, or if it's trying to convince me to upgrade to a paid version. But it's like, do you want to include an intro video? And I'm like, no, I don't. Can I just go live, please? Okay, hold on. JC changes them every year. Typically try to switch up my thumbnails as well as intros and outros each year. I just change up my intros and outros as I get bored or I add books. That's it. But thumbnails I try to change every year. You're a mom. You're not part of the photos, remember? Shh. I want to be part of the photos. I want those memories. Dang it.
I also made a mistake of telling Jesse to take more pictures of me. They're not
good pictures, are they?
No, they're not. No,
they're not. I feel that so hard.
They're just not.
So that was the one cool thing about growing up with my mom the way we did. Because we bred and raised Shetland ponies and Shetland pony crosses, and we were constantly like selling the ponies. My mom was always taking pictures, never video. Not until we got into the cell phone era and every cell phone had a really good camera on it. But like, she was always taking pictures. And because of her always taking pictures, we were always taking pictures as well. So we learned very quickly how to take good pictures. And then I met my husband and I asked him to take pictures. And so in my brain, don't ask me why, because I knew this wasn't a thing, but my brain did not accept this was not a thing. In my brain, I was like, we grew up this way. Everyone had to have grown up this way. Everyone knows how to take a bloody picture. It is not true. It is not true at all. This man couldn't take a good picture to save his life. If someone had a gun to my head and said, you have to take a good picture of your wife or I will shoot her, I will die.
I'm like, can you just like get me a picture where I'm not like mouth halfway open or I'm weird leg or, my not flattering part of me is showing?
Oh, I would accept that. No, every single picture he takes is blurry to the point where like you can't even tell what he took a picture of. And I'm like, what do you do? Got your finger on the camera lens the whole time? Like, what are you doing? My hands shake and your hands don't. And I can still take a better picture than you. Like, what is going on? JC says, I usually also change the channel and social media headers too, but I changed that towards the end of this year already, so I'm not doing those until I publish a new book. Okay. I didn't even think about changing the social media headers and stuff like that. That is smart.
I need to change my YouTube channel header because it has like read, write, roam, plan, but I'm not really roaming around anymore. Unless it's from here to the kitchen. No.
Your roaming is whenever you go on adventures in your own town. I watched a vlog from Andrea. I can't remember her last name, but she had a friend visiting from England and they've been doing all of these adventures in Arizona where they live. And she was talking about, you need to be a tourist in your own town and go out and do things in your own town. And it got me to thinking, I was like, that's actually a really good idea because me personally, I am 30 minutes away from Glacier National Park. I've lived here for 3 years and I have yet to go to Glacier National Park. I need to be a tourist in my own damn town and go visit Glacier National Park.
So here's the thing about the town we moved to. Okay, it does not have a public transportation system
And you have
at
no
all.
vehicle.
We have no vehicles still. So we're to the point where the vehicle's just done and we're just waiting for it to be sold so we can put it towards a different vehicle. I mean, they have like Uber drivers galore around here, and it's really like from here to the post office is like 3 miles, and it's like maybe like $7 to go the 3 miles, which isn't horrible.
No, but
and me and Ileana, we walk from here to Target, which is like a mile and a half, and like my legs hurt so bad, and I feel like they hurt worse than a typical person just because my legs hurt abnormally all the time anyway. And I didn't think why. I was like, oh, I'll just walk a mile and back and be fine.
Yeah.
They hurt all the time because of my MS that I have, not because like someone beats me with a cane or anything. Okay, just want to put that out there. They just hurt because of my chronic illness. Okay, people.
Yes, Jesse totally takes off his prosthetic and beats you with it in the middle of the night. That's exactly what's happening. That's why you didn't wake up and you were slept for 6 hours.
Yes, that's exactly right. Take that. I mean, I do bruise easily, so who knows where they come from, right?
Oh goodness. JC, when I say change intros and outros, I mean I use a different template each year for the intros and outros. I got it. That makes sense.
My thumbnails, I just find a template I like, and then I just put stuff in there.
Yeah,
I don't make one from scratch.
I find a template and I tweak it to like, I'll change out like some of the. I'm not a butterfly girly. I like butterflies, but I like don't need that as my aesthetic. That's not what it's not my thing. So like I'll switch any graphic that I like. If it has a butterfly in it, I might switch the butterfly out for like a dragon or a fox kind of thing. Like that's what I do. I think that's literally what I did for my thumbnails for next year, actually, is it was something with like flowers and butterflies on it. And I switched out the butterflies and flowers for dragons and foxes. Let's see. Cami says, I find that unless a guy is actually interested in photography, they are not good at it, which is really messed up for gender obsessed with visual simulation, right? Just sucks. Cami says, I know where you live now. In my last year of high school, I worked at a Canadian-sized tourist center. Ooh, actually, that being said, we were about 5 miles. My daughter and I went to a store in Cutbank, and we were 5 miles from the Canadian border today. We went all over town today. That's part of the reason I'm tired. So yeah, I'm not that far from Canada, and I can't visit. I have no passport.
I don't have a passport either, but that's for other reasons.
Yeah, same. Mine's for other reasons too.
If you owe the federal government anything over a certain amount, they do not let you have a passport.
Did not know that. Good to know.
Yeah.
That's new information for me. Kevin says, kinky. Talk about beating you with prosthetic leg.
Wow. He had a girlfriend one time, and I happened to work with her at a new job, and anyway, she's crazy. But they were dating for a few weeks, and then he woke up to her getting mad at him because she said he tripped her, and he's like, I'm sleeping. It's like 5 a.m. or something, and she had been drinking or whatever, and like tripped over his legs that he set aside. Because you don't sleep with them on. You obviously take them off. So yeah. So sometimes I'll be like, I'm gonna beat you with your own leg, or I'll say to people, yeah, let me just drag his legs and make sure he's in. Like I'll say something about him putting on his legs or me beating him with his leg, and they look at me weird, and then I have to insert. Oh, by the way, this is why this is not.
We're not actually abusive, I promise. Dear FBI agent watching this right now, we are not killers, I promise.
But it's always so funny because I'll be talking like on a live stream or something like that. Or I'll be talking to a group of people, and then they'll get like a blank face, and like, oh yeah, by the way, my husband's a double amputee, so that's why this applies in this way and not the other way. Please don't arrest me. Right?
Kevin says he can't leave you if he can't leave you.
You're stuck with me forever. Find your leg.
That is hilarious. All right. I have made it to the end of the comments. It is 12:30. We have one more sprint to do. Let's go ahead and knock out this last sprint because I do have to get some sleep tonight since I am hosting Breaking the Block tomorrow morning. Or like this morning.
What time is that for you?
8 a.m. So I have like 7 hours to sleep if I go to bed right now, which I'm not. So let's knock out this last sprint, baby. Let me get a sit up. All right. Here we go. There is that. Here is our last prompt for anyone who wants to write and doesn't know what they want to write about. Maybe it'll inspire you.
Skye, check out JC's comment.
Which one? Well, you know, Skye, killers tend to say that they're not killers. One more comment. See me, don't ignore me.
Oh.
I love you, JC. You're amazing, but we're going to do the sprint now. 25 minutes on the clock, and we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that is time. Let's see how you did in the comments. That was our last sprint. I am dying. Just like my mouse did, like 30 seconds before the sprint ended. I had to run out of here to go grab a new battery for my mouse.
Oh, dang.
And I was like, am I going to make it back in time? I made it back to replace the mouse battery just in time. I had just finished turning it back on with the cat went off.
Good timing on that one then.
I thought so. I'm so proud of myself. Pat myself on the back.
So I went down the rabbit hole. And I found out when I stopped putting the channel intro in there. Coincidentally, it is when my oldest daughter decided that she did not like text as much anymore, and she went on her way.
Okay.
It's my way of saying that she decided to go run away, and she left a note saying she was going to go to Oregon. So we left Texas to head to Oregon, and she ended up being stuck in Phoenix. And no, I have not gotten her back because I was not able to go retrieve her because our truck was out of commission. That was in April. We got it fixed, and we got to Texas and went out of commission again. So because we don't have reliable transportation to track her down if she runs away again, then. And it's just funny in a way, not funny she ran away, but funny that she's stuck in a state that has extreme heat in the summer and she doesn't like it being hot. So,
okay.
Anyway, so it was, the last video I had was when it was during the eclipse in Texas. And then after that is I stopped including the clip. I don't know why.
Okay.
So, it has author life and titles or the covers of my book. And then it has travel and pictures of some places we went, and then it has a picture of me with my name. So I might use it and just alter it a little bit. So we'll, so it has current covers.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like my outro and intros. They're probably not going to change for a while, but we'll see. Because I may say that now, and 3 months from now, I decide I just hate everything and change it all. We'll see. But I finished filming my video, so and now it's all my clips are on my computer. Everything looks good. I just need to listen through them, edit it, and slap it together to throw up on YouTube. But hopefully by the end of tomorrow, I'll have that done. Yeah, just slap it into place. It'll work. Get where you belong. So hopefully that'll go live tomorrow at some point, and if not, it'll be a little late, and that's okay.
Is there a specific time you like to have your videos up?
I like to have them up by 10 a.m. of whatever day I schedule them for, but the past couple months I have not been following that rule just because I've had so many issues with tech. So this time, this is all on me. I straight up forgot that I had planned to post it tomorrow. So this time it's on me. But the past couple of months, I've had so many tech issues that I'm just like, I don't care. It'll go up when it goes up, kind of thing. Oh well. We'll get there eventually. Someday I will have my life together. Today is not that day. All right. Kemi asks, with prompt 4, is the hand also detachable? That is up to you.
Hold my leg, hold my arm. It's all the same, right?
It's all the same. I mean, if I hold said hand, can I use it for Halloween? Yes. Yes, you can. You can use it for Halloween. JC and Cami laughing back and forth. JC is saying that went by too fast. I played with some more graphics and posted a Patreon post. Ooh, Patreon. That reminds me, JC, we've been talking off and on in various streams about what I could post for Patreon. And I remembered that you wanted to see a live Notion tour. And so what I was thinking is maybe I could do once a month a live stream where it's in depth, straight up, down to the nitty gritty kind of Notion walkthrough kind of thing. That's what I was thinking, because my Notion is huge. I have a lot of information on Notion. So much so that I have a paid version of Notion because of the fact that I have so much information on it, because it was you've run out of space. So I was thinking instead of
Wow.
doing something like that for a regular live stream like this, I was thinking more of that for like something for Patreon. So it's something I'm playing around with, especially since I know that in 2025 I would like to start thinking more about what I would like for a Patreon, because I've been playing around with the idea of Patreon since 2018. Like I have bullet journals where I was starting to plot out what I would do for a Patreon and then just never actually did it. So I think this is my sign to actually do it. Cammy says, "Cat me out as I wrote the last task for next week, thus finishing the page setup." Woo! Congratulations, that is awesome. Senior place on the leaderboard. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I am probably not going to write much more this month. We got like what, 3 days left? 29, 30, 31. Yeah, 3 days left, and there's nothing in my noggin. So I think I'm stuck where I'm stuck as far as like this is on TrackBear. The TrackBear leaderboard, I'm like, where am I? Am I still logged in on my computer, or is it just on my tablet? Just kidding. It really doesn't want me to look up shit. I am not logged in. Okay, hold on. Pretty certain I'm still logged in on my tablet. Let's find out where I am, because I have no idea. Yay! I'm still logged in. I am number 2 currently. And it says I am sitting at negative 7,866 words. Yeah, I'm not getting caught up by the end of the month. I've still got about 10,000 words to write in order to hit 100K. Probably not going to happen. We'll see.
Are you going to try for 1 million words next year?
No. If I
Are you going to track your words next year?
Oh yeah, I'm tracking my words. I've been tracking my words since 2020. So I am going to track my words next year. I'm going to track them. I'm going to track some things on TrackBear. I like TrackBear for like tracking writing challenges. I think that's really cool for writing challenges. But as far as like writing projects go, I have a spreadsheet that I use that has like 5 years worth of data in it at one time, so that I can see like my average per month per year. So I'm going to keep using that, and I'm going to do a tour of that. I don't know if it's going to be in the goals video. I need to do some screen captures if I'm going to do that, which means I have some more information to add to my goals video, because I did talk about what I was using to track different things. So maybe I have to include some of that. I'm gonna sleep on that. So, I don't even remember what your question was, honestly. Am I tracking words? Yes, I am. Oh, dear googly moogly. I am tired. I'm gonna read through these.
It's all the pretty squirrels. Sorry.
Yep. Everything's starting to swirl together. I am going to finish up these comments, and then I think we're gonna wrap it up for the night, because it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I gotta go to bed. Let's see. I was number 2 at the time. Actually closer than I thought. Still probably won't hit the 100K though. 100K is definitely doable in a quarter though. Like every 3 months, I think that is perfectly doable. However, for me personally, because December is more of a planning month, and even the end of November is more of a planning month, I think trying to hit 100K in Q4 is a bad idea for me personally. That being said, I do want to try to hit 100K in the first 3 quarters of 2025. Like, it's like a personal goal. So like I will hopefully end up next year with 300,000 words. We'll see. Yeah, see. Not true. Your noggin has all kinds of words in it. You just need our shenanigans to lure them out. One more sprint? No, not one more sprint. We're done. We're done. If I wasn't hosting Breaking the Block tomorrow, I can get away with being in the comment section and not having to show my face where I'm like, but because I'm hosting tomorrow, kind of need some sleep. So no more sprints. Yes, I have 3 days to get caught up to the 100K. And I am number 3 now. Okay, cool. It probably refreshed with the... Yeah, probably refreshed. Let's see. I just looked at mine. Nice. Good night, Cammie. All right. I've reached the end of the comments. Woo, go me. So we're going to wrap it up here. Stephanie, if you want to go ahead and do your outro.
Okay. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Stephanie. I write books. You can find them underneath both of my pen names. I have a link tree you can find me at. I write books. I share about it. I make videos. I read. I make videos. And then I sleep in between. I'll perfect my outro and intros eventually. Today is not the day. So find me on Amazon. Read a book if you'd like. Like romance without sex on the page, that's for you. If you like reading about horrible childhood and how they persevered through it all, that's also for you because I have books of that as well. That's about it for me. Peace out.
All right. And my name is Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance under the name S.D. Hegyes. And I had a new book come out at the beginning of December.
Read it. It's really good.
And let's see what else. I am only going to be posting. My plan is to only post one video, like talking video a month starting in January, but I'll have some bonus videos sprinkled throughout the year. And then I will have vlogs continuously. That is the plan. We'll see what happens. Plans what can always change. So, and then I'll continue doing my live streams on Saturday evenings, Sunday for you East Coasters, because it's midnight for you guys, but it's 10 p.m. Mountain Time, Saturday evenings. Yeah, that's all I've got. Thank you for joining me, everyone, and we're going to go ahead and click the button end this stream starting right now. Bye!